Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Gonna do a different video today. It's gonna be a little crazy because I am covering Spartanburg Fashion Week. I've done fashion runway shows before, but I've never done like a whole week organized event like this. As you can see behind me, things are starting to get ready. Photographers are starting to show up, and this is going to be exciting. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen this week, but I've got three events. Tonight there's a show, Saturday night there's a show, and then Sunday night there's a show. So should be a crazy week, and definitely going to be a busy week, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about this.
Like a couple more. Something that we go out to everybody. Come on, let everybody look beautiful. God is good. You're alive. You breathing. Everybody stand up real quick.
Hey guys, so I'm in between shows from Spartanburg Fashion Week, kind of going over the first night. We did this at the Chapman Cultural Center, which is here in town, and it was all outdoors. The lighting was tough, really, really tough. So as I kind of flipped through these, I know it's probably hard to see. From a photography standpoint, it was a very difficult situation. I don't typically do a lot of low light situations without bringing lighting in. So, you know, low light capabilities of a camera and such is not a situation I'm normally in. This, however, we were not allowed to bring in strobes. And, you know, when you've got a bunch of photographers all having flashes going off, you create other issues. So this was existing light only, and they did have lighting, but it was just really dark. I was at a minimum of an ISO of 3200. I went up to 5000 at one point. And, you know, my camera does pretty well at that level, and, you know, knowing what it is, you're going to have some noise, and that's to be expected. But it was rough. It was definitely a low light situation. Okay, the second event, which was last night, was at the airport here in Spartanburg. Okay, everybody, it is day 2 for me at Spartanburg Fashion Week. I am at the airport here in Spartanburg. We've got a little airport here, and this is where the next event is going to be, at least the second event that I'm covering. Should be a lot of fun. We're at the airport. Should be cool. Much better in terms of lighting, but let me show you this shot as I'm just starting to go through these to show you what we were starting to work with before the whole thing started. Look how cool that was. We were at the airport. They've got a jet parked in the back, and these are the models just practicing. But man, what, you know, maybe we don't start quite as early as this, that the sun is that bright. Yeah, this is a model I actually worked with years ago when I was doing catalog work. It was neat to see her. But yeah, when the lighting was real pretty, yeah, you can see the sun setting behind me actually.
Or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Good afternoon, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for Flight 10.
there you have it. 3 nights of Spartanburg Fashion Week. I had a blast. It was a lot of fun to be a part of it. I will tell you, it was challenging. It was a little bit exhausting. I had a crazy week. In the middle of those 3 events, I had an out-of-town wedding. So I was just running like crazy that week. So it was a little exhausting, but it was certainly challenging in terms of lighting and fast pace and just a different event than what I normally do. I think I said this. Normally when I'm in a low light situation, I'm doing jobs where I'm bringing strobes and lighting and controlling the light myself. So that made these events a little bit challenging, but it was fun to be a part of it. The other thing that I did that I don't normally do is I had my camera in machine gun mode. That's what I call it, where, you know, you've got it set so you can push the button down and it just rattles through 6 or 7 shots in a split second. I had it like that because I didn't want to miss that perfect moment when the model was, you know, swinging her arm just right or her legs looked just right as she was taking a stride. And because I was shooting like that, in 3 events, I took nearly 6,000 photographs, over 3,000 on that last night. So I had a great deal of images to look through and process, and just the editing process was a little bit crazy. The other thing that was a little bit interesting to me, and not the normal kind of thing that I do, is in an event like that, you're sitting next to a dozen other photographers who, you know, one guy's right here and the other guy's right here and there's another person right behind me. And we're all taking basically the same photographs. So it was, you know, somewhat of a challenge to come up with something unique and different because, to be honest with you, all of our images probably look about the same. Now, we weren't to bring strobes, but a few people did. So there was probably a little bit of difference in our photographs that way. But, you know, again, something different for me, but challenging and a lot of fun to be a part of it. So I had a great time. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I was a part of it. I met a ton of different people that I didn't know. Some people that I had known for a long time. I saw them again. It was neat to connect with all these different photographers and models and designers, and my Instagram kind of blew up a little bit, which was a lot of fun to watch. And, you know, so I want to give a big shout out to everybody who planned this event because I know it was huge and I know there were some bumps in the road and it was just the first year. So, you know, they'll get all that stuff ironed out, I'm sure. But even still, I think it went really well. And each night seemed to get better. You know, I complained a little bit about the lighting the first night, but it just got better and better as it went. And that last night, the lighting was really pretty good. And I came away with a lot of shots. 6,000 images, and, you know, I didn't show you near that many. So obviously I've got a lot more. And a lot of them were repetitious because I was just rattling them off so fast. But, you know, if you guys as photographers do these kind of events, I would love to hear comments in the comment section about how you deal with the lighting and the exposures and the high ISOs. The lenses that you use, maybe you were using a faster lens than I was using. I shot the entire thing with a 50 to 140 on my Fuji. It's an f2.8. I was at 2.8 the entire time. I tried to shoot at 500th of a second just because of the very first night I was maybe down around 125 and that was a little slow. I had some blurry hands and stuff. So, you know, let me know. If you're a photographer, let me know if you've got some experience with this. If you were a model or a designer at Spartanburg Fashion Week, thanks so much for all that you guys did. You made for an amazing event and an amazing week. If you planned Spartanburg Fashion Week, good job. I know there was a lot to it. So until next year, I know they've already announced the dates. I'm excited about being a part of it next year too. So thanks for watching. As always, I've been so busy, I've kind of lapsed in the videos on this channel, but I'm going to get back into it. I promise you. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Think about subscribing if you would. I appreciate that. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a like, I would appreciate that. And of course, comments as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video.